So we are now recording. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jocelyn Hilling. I sit in Source Consciousness. I've embodied Source Consciousness. With that, I choose to use this information to evolve us, evolve myself, share this with you guys, love on you. And that is the purpose of today. I call these Evolve, Enhance, and Enlighten. And these teachings are just basically ways for us to align our body, heart, mind, spirit, and really get connected with parts of us that maybe we have forgotten about. Thank you for your patience. I start these teachings with a manifestation manuscript, which is an intention or a prayer. They'll be available on my website, so feel free to copy and paste, share it with the world, and use it as much or as little as you like. This information is for all of us. And then I'll walk us through a meditation, so feel free to shut your eyes and be in your space. And then I'll go through with a teaching, and then after the teaching, I will then walk us through a small meditation to integrate the information we've received, and then I will close us out with an intention for the week. And it's usually the same intention, and then I will just stop the recording. And feel free to share my recordings with anybody and donate on my website if you choose. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. All right. Let us evolve now. Past religion, past the word, past knowledge, through one. As you all know, truth is in you. Allow us to connect and evolve in love with awareness of an evolved consciousness. Today, I will be speaking on forgiveness. We invite our hearts to open to forgiveness. We allow our hearts to feel forgiveness. As we are in awareness, we hold shame, suffering, trauma, and darkness in each of our minds, bodies, and hearts. We want to allow forgiveness to resonate into ourselves. Allow forgiveness to open our eyes to our beauty, our grace, and our love that we have for ourselves and each other. Allow us to fully embrace the gift of forgiveness, as we know it is only through forgiveness in which we can remember and embrace true love. I invite you all to close your eyes, and please take a deep breath. Allow your breath to go deep into your body. As you breathe in through your nose, allow your breath to travel all the way down your body. And feel it going through your feet. Know it is endless, limitless, and infinite. As you breathe, watch your heart expand. With each breath, your heart gets bigger, bigger. This time, as you breathe in, I want you to breathe in acceptance. Know that it feels amazing. beautiful. It's soft, comfortable, and supportive. Know that you're in a completely safe space as you create safety within you. Now I want you to visualize a cord that is going internally through you. Watch this cord travel and collect each part of you that really truly needs to be released, needs to be forgiven, needs to be remembered, needs to be honored. There is no need to forgive any part of ourselves. It is only through honoring each part of ourselves for the pain that it has endured for us to find ourselves. Allow each of these parts of you to surface today. The lonely girl, the lost boy, the broken heart, the confusion, the resentment, regret. Allow each one of these parts to take form, please. And sit them in a chair directly in front of yourself as we will forgive and release each one of these parts today. Take a moment and walk in front of all of these parts of yourself. Acknowledge that they are here. And invite them to show up fully so we can love them and then release them. Allow yourself to take a deep breath, please. And then go take a seat behind your parts so you may protect them, watch over them, honor them, and love them through this process. Now allow us to get started. Thank you. So forgiveness. This is a topic most of our minds have a hard time grasping. We spend our lives forgiving others, forgiving people that have done us wrong. And that sets us free. It's an amazing, beautiful process when we truly release someone and forgive them. It's a process of detachment that we all need to participate in on a regular basis in order to be truly free. When was the last time we decided to forgive ourselves? To allow ourselves the gift? We hold so strong to our beliefs our values, our ideas of what we should be like, how we need to show up, how we need to behave. And honestly, those ideas and those values hold us strong to the ground. They keep us stuck. Your mind only has the capabilities to fathom what it's created. And then we'll create another self, and another self, and another self. We get stuck in this loop, these stories, constant stories. Even in oneness, you get stuck. It is only through the surrender that you are truly set free. But how do you surrender? How can we surrender when we hold ourselves so strong to this ground? I want to invite you to take a second and think about the things that we don't forgive ourselves from. Throughout my awakening, I had to make many hard choices. A choice is just a choice. I chose to detach from family and friends and children. And I love my children. I miss my children. And there is a belief in me that says I need to be a certain way to be a mother, and I need to show up a certain way. And I can't do this or I can't do that. If I have that belief, it is through really, truly allowing ourselves to embrace full, true love, humility, and honor that we made a choice. It is just a choice. Lots of people beat themselves up for eating, for example, eating chocolate when you're on a diet, cheating on a husband, cheating on a girlfriend, talking back to a parent, not loving your family, hating ourselves, not liking our bodies, getting angry at ourselves for the tricks that our mind plays, looking in the mirror and saying, why do we think these things? Why can't you just be normal? Why can't you just not be anxious? You knew the answer to that. Why didn't you just say it? These are just some of the thoughts that happen in our mind on a day-to-day basis. And then what do we do to our bodies? The same thing. No, body, don't feel this. No, body, don't feel that. No, don't take time to yourself. Don't breathe. Just go. That's not a big deal. Let's forget about it. Many of you that know me know that I choose not to participate in an emotional body, meaning I say extreme things such as emotions aren't real. I like to be dramatic. It's fun. Emotions are our most basic, primal way of communicating what our bodies are experiencing. They experience energy. And sometimes that energy is so intense, and the only way we know how to describe it is through an emotional experience. There's nothing wrong with feeling. There's nothing wrong with choosing to be a mother and staying at home with your children instead of having a career. There's nothing wrong with choosing to have a career versus staying at home. There's definitely nothing wrong with having chocolate. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with what we do in our minds to judge. The point of our mind, it's a beautiful tool that is meant to be used to build for us. And we build these judgments. We build these constructs in order to show us our truth, show us the things that we choose to work on in order to grow. Our mind can be a mirror for us if we allow it to be. It's through engaging our mind that makes it spin like a hamster. run so fast, and then we get lost in that maze. And then when we get lost in the maze of the mind, it feeds the body full of more energy. And they don't know how to work together to be part of a team. We can't run from ourselves. That's going to cause pain. We can. That's a choice. The most beautiful gift you could ever give yourself is forgiveness. When you truly allow yourself to release, it is the most beautiful thing you can experience. This weekend, someone texted me. They said, Jocelyn, you need to release something. I said, please help me. Show me what it is. And she kind of led me there, and I was like, that feels right. Anyways, I ended up in my mirror, literal mirror, finding all the self-hatred I had in my body and pulling it forward and looking at myself dead in the eyes and choosing not to change it, not to transmute it, not to make it something other than what it was. Because I don't hate myself. And I don't love myself. I just am. And if I want to be angry, I can be angry. And if I want to be beautiful, I'll be beautiful. And I sat with that feeling. And then I woke up, of course, in love with the world about 5 minutes later. But still, it is through those experiences of us allowing to know that there's nothing wrong with those feelings. We have been taught, trained, and conditioned to feel and believe certain things. Think back to when you were 5 and you cried. Someone said, stop it. Or they hugged you, or they soothed you in your body, training you in that very moment that it was not okay to shed a tear. Or think about when you screamed so loud because you were so mad. Someone said, be quiet. Your body is not allowed to feel that way. Or think about when you told someone, hey, I don't like my body the way it is. And they said, oh, you're fine. You're beautiful. And you're like, no, I don't like it the way it is. And they're like, oh, you're beautiful. We do this our whole entire lives with each other and ourselves, constantly trying to change things about us. Every client that came into my practice, I said, hey, I've got great news for you. They would say, what's that? And I'd say, well, I'm not going to fix you. And they'd get angry and they'd say, why not? That's what I'm paying you for, Jocelyn. And I said, I don't fix things that aren't broken. We've never been broken, and we're not broken. It's getting in touch with those parts of us, pulling them forward, and then really, truly loving them that allows us to fully, fully embrace and accept who we are. It's not about transformation. It's not about change. It's not about a journey or a destination. It's about remembering. And the remembering is tough. Even when I sit and think about it, My friend Mark told me that this time was going to be for me today, and I knew he was right. He was like, Jocelyn, I think today's message is for you since you knew it all week. When I first remembered, I'll share with you all. I went through every single scenario that I had ever done in my life in a second. Every choice I had made. I'm like 2 on, seeing that I walked away from people that loved me my whole life, friends, family, always thinking that I was different. No one could understand me. Constantly trying to find out something. And I knew I was working towards something. I just couldn't see it. I definitely got what I asked for. And I feel very, very solid in this space. And the first thing that happened when I got here was I heard, Jocelyn, a choice is a choice. As one person sacrifices their soul growth to stay here and be in with their family and friends and enjoy a human existence, others give up their human existence for their soul. There's no such thing as sacrifice, and no choice is greater than or less than another. It's just a choice. And when you look at it that way, the only thing that we have left is to truly, truly embrace and just love everything that we are and let go of everything that we are not. And allowing yourself to fully, fully resonate with a forgiveness process, a self-acceptance. Because if we did not allow ourselves to forgive, we would be stuck. And that hurts. And we feel lost then. We'll start to look towards others to forgive us. And then we go from an internal locus of control to an external in a split second. Just remember, you are your truth. And you're able to completely forgive yourself. And it may be hard. And just know that hard is an idea in the mind that is not true. It is all what you make it out to be. It is through the embrace. So just allow yourself to close your eyes. And fully sit with some of those decisions. And then breathe them in. And then know that you are perfect. And you don't need to change a thing. I spent my whole life saying that I had no regrets. If I would have seen this path, I don't know what I would have done. I do know there's things I miss. There's things I love. And every single moment of the day, I just choose to be in love. That's it. It's that simple. I just choose to be in love. Open my eyes and see the beauty of the world, the beauty of the rocks, the beauty of the grass. And I feel intensities, and I choose to call it intense instead of pain. I choose to call sadness intense, anger intense, as I feel my heart expanding every single time. And then I choose to allow my breath to soothe me and myself to soothe me. It's important that everybody knows that there is no wrong way or right way. There is no person or book that is your path or your way. We are the way together. We do this through ourselves together. But the second we start looking externally to someone to forgive us, guide us, teach us for more than we need at that very moment, it can be a slippery slope because you have everything you need right in you. We designed ourselves so perfect for this. So I'm going to walk us through the ending part of the meditation. If you would, just take a deep breath in. And go right back to that picture where you were sitting in a chair behind your parts. And I'm going to invite you to walk in front of your parts. And I want you to kneel down so you're face to face. And tell that piece of you how beautiful it is, how much you honor and appreciate the choice. And it looks like this. Thank you so much for choosing that road, choosing to feel that pain, that heartache, to make those stories up in your mind. As I'm in full awareness that they served me a greater purpose. And I'm sorry for belittling you, saying that you were not important, real, or did not matter, because all of me matters, and all of my parts matter. And you are an integral part of my experience. Take a moment and do this with all of your parts that you have brought forward. Now allow yourself the gift of putting your hand on your chest. Truly allow yourself to feel and soothe your body. It is our body that chose to hold our truth so we can have an experience and share love with each other, no matter how hard or not hard it may be. And allow yourself to put your hand on your forehead. And know and honor, forgive the mind, as all those wonderful ideas it makes up every day serves us a valuable purpose. And breathe and allow them to connect fully. Now I want you to imagine you looking yourself directly in your eyes. And putting your hands on your mirror as you look directly into your eyes. And tell yourself that you forgive you completely. Thank you for making the choices that you have made, because I am here now, and all we have is now. As we get lost in the past to decide our future, we forget about the now. And it's as easy as remembering we're already here. Take a deep breath in and allow forgiveness to resonate and self-love to be present. We invite into our hearts forgiveness as they open completely to receive it. We allow our hearts to feel forgiveness. And we are in awareness that we hold no shame in suffering or trauma, because we are not dark or lost, but we are found through ourselves, our higher selves. Allow forgiveness and acceptance to resonate in every cell of your body. And allow it to open our eyes to the beauty, grace, and love you hold. And I invite you all to fully embrace yourselves, your gifts, allow yourself to fully embrace you. It is only through consciousness that we can truly become aware that we are evolved in a new existence, in oneness, where we connect through our hearts as we feel for one another, and we love our differences. We accept our differences and grow through our imperfections because they are beautiful. Our words will get us lost, but how we feel will find us. Breathe. Thank you so much, everyone. I would suggest too, after this week, if you feel so compelled, something that would be really beneficial is just a daily affirmation experience in the mirror, just to solidify this. And every day, look in the mirror. Tell yourself that you love you forgive you, and you're ready to remember and see who you are and embrace that. I would also invite a gratitude journal. And understand that sometimes what we're grateful for are not things that look pleasant, because that's not necessarily real. We're grateful for our struggles, our imperfections, our differences. They make us who we are, and you're beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Have a magnificent evening.